Hey guys.
Go, bro.
This is Cass James. I'm Sharpens Iron. We're here at Upper Room again at Compassion City Church where we hear Jacob Pullen speak tonight. So, this is Lucas Wilkes, by the way. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll see you in a second.
A friend of mine named Clay Miner that some of us graduated with and some of us know, he just always reached out to me in high school. He knew that I wasn't going to church, but he was a friend of mine, and there's one thing that he did was he invited me, and he invited me. If there was one thing we talked about throughout the day, he would always invite me to just come hang out, just come experience what was going on, and I kept pushing it off and pushing it off because the whole church thing wasn't for me. I just, I don't need that stuff, so I just kept on. And then, like some things that'll happen, life kind of took some twists and some turns, and here I was at rock bottom, and I said, you know what, and to be honest with you, I told Clay I'd come with him for one reason, to shut him up, because I was tired of hearing about it. So I came, and man, when I walked into that place, I know this, maybe this sounds like a Hollywood movie, but I'm serious, man. When I walked into that place, it was just so amazing to me because I met some of the most amazing people that didn't care what it was I did last week or what it was I did last month, but just truly knew who I was and who I was in God and loved me for it. And so I met through that, my youth pastor, his name was Darren. And Darren always lived by this kind of his motto was he had it hung up, and Aaron, you may remember this, he had it plastered on the wall. And it said this, it said, go out and minister to the world, and if necessary, use words. And I didn't understand that. When I walked in, I noticed it because, like I said, it was just stuck right there, and it said, go out, minister to the world, and if necessary, use words. Wow. And I was like, what in the world does that mean, But then I found out from Darren and the way he lived his life. So here I was just coming out of high school and just really, man, when I walked in, man, I encountered those people that truly loved me. I don't remember what the message was. I don't remember anything, but I remember one thing, and that was the love that I encountered. So you know what? Fell in love with it. Started coming back. Loved it. Started coming back. I can't tell you what some of the messages were. I can't tell you anything, but I can tell you about the friends I made and the time that just really changed my life. So today, I understand what it was like. I was reading in Genesis and Joseph, and if anybody knows Joseph, we know that he was Joseph wound up through some twists and some turns in his life. He wound up in prison. But if you know anything about Joseph's story, he didn't do anything to really wind up there. He got thrown into a pit, and then instead of his brothers killing him, they thought they'd make some money off of him, so they sold him into slavery, and some twists and some turns happens, and he ends up getting accused of rape. Ends up getting accused of rape by a woman in the Bible just known as Potiphar's wife. And either way, we're picking up kind of when Joseph was in prison. And it really hit me because, like I said, I know that we probably all read this story 100 times, but it really kept hitting me that he didn't deserve to be there. Joseph didn't do anything wrong. Matter of fact, he did something right. He ran away from Potiphar's wife, and she just lied and accused him of some stuff, but it really hit me how he didn't deserve to be there. I kept reading the story, and again, if you've been in church for any matter of time, you've heard this story 365 times, but it just really hit me how, just like, and it really kind of pointed me at Jesus, was just like Jesus didn't deserve to go through the stuff that he went through, Joseph did. But Joseph really showed me one thing is that like the trials we go through and the trials that he went through is that it had a purpose for it. And if you read later in the book in Genesis, it talks about his brothers come to Egypt, the same ones that sold him out into slavery, the same ones that hated him, wanted to kill him. There was only like 2 or 3 of them that said slavery. The rest were like, how are we going to kill this guy? So it was a really loving family, as you can imagine. And kind of reminds me of my own sometimes when my brother, that's another story. Apologize, pray for me. But no, what really hit me was that everything in that time in prison, how it had a purpose. Because before you know it, he's in prison, But then through prison and some interpreting some prisoners' dreams, either way, Pharaoh has a dream. Guy says, I remembered somebody that interpreted mine back in prison. Pharaoh says, go get that dude. And he went and got that dude. And then before we know it, he interprets Pharaoh's dream and he's put over. He's the second most powerful man in Egypt, right next to Pharaoh. So all of this stuff kind of happened, but it really hit me that if he wouldn't have gone through the prison, he could have never got right there. That the kind of, if I had to put, like, the prison had a purpose behind it. So, and it really hit me about, like, what's up, Chris? Hey, love you, man. It really kind of hit me, like, because everything they went through had a purpose, and everything that we go through today, we can look at it and it has a purpose. I can look at everything, those twists and those turns that kind of put me at rock bottom, was just so God was leading me to get plugged back into the church. But what's funny is that while it was going on, I couldn't have told you that, oh, this is used so that I'll go to church, and this is used so that this, that. You know, while you're going through it, it doesn't make any sense. But somebody showed me an illustration one time of like a quilt. And you see a beautiful quilt. That's not really a quilt, is it? But either way, you see a beautiful, that's what's known as a rug. And we learn something every day. Somebody's going to leave here and he said, well, you taught me what a quilt was. And so there was a quilt, and on one side of the quilt, and it spoke so powerfully, when somebody's making like a beautiful quilt, you know, one side of the quilt, you see the picture coming into focus. But the other side of the quilt is just a bunch of weird thread marks of thread here, and then it comes in here and it goes in here, and that needle is piercing through like the side of the quilt. And so it kind of hit me how like God sees this, you know, this perfect thing coming into play. But sometimes we only get to see this and we're confused, like, God, what does that mean?
Anyways, I was Jacob Pullen speaking in Upper Room, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm Cass James, Iron Sharpens Iron. I hope you guys, like, comment, and subscribe.
I didn't think you would remember.
I'm kidding.
Where you going, son?
I thought it was done. No.
No, we ain't done.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
You haven't said
Follow me
anything.
on Instagram.
Say something.
Follow
Jazz on Instagram. He's a good guy.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see you next time. Peace.